Bear with me. May 29th, 110. Channel content. Okay. I think I got to send Ron a new invite. Let's see. Invite guest, copy link. Let's see if this one works for Ron. Genome, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hear me now. I guess you can. I was in a rush to get here. A lot of stuff happened. Okay. Why am I not? Okay. Okay. And there's Ron. Hi, Ron.
How's it going?
Snuck up on you, did I?
You sent 2 links.
It got all messed up, Ron, when I had to change the time.
Okay.
It seemed like it was easy. It seemed like I could just go to YouTube and change the time. But that didn't work on the Melon app, which I guess it shouldn't. So I had to delete it, do a new one, and then I thought that was set to go at 110. Then right as I'm bringing Jacob home as McDonald's, Chris Doe wants to go into a clubhouse with talking origin stories, comics, and branding. And I'm like, oh, great. Not now. This is one, so I got up on the stage for a few minutes, talked with Chris, had to leave. I would have been there. But so anyway, we're here. We're good.
Yep.
Genome says, sweet. We got a 2 microsecond visual of half of Ron.
Yeah. So
hey, Thorsten, how are you, man? Good to hear from you. I have a drawer full of art for you. Ron, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I'm just trying to gather myself because I started this at like 11:15 thinking, what did I say, Ron? 12:30 would be.
Yep.
So I'm making my mom a TV dinner. She's 94. Look, it's about all she can eat now, or wants to eat, and she doesn't even eat all those. Preheat the oven, looking at the box. This one takes like 50 minutes to cook. The last one I cooked for her was like a 38-minute one. Then I realized I got to get my son lunch, so it's off to a McDonald's because I couldn't see paying the price of one meal for Uber Eats delivery plus another payment which would have almost doubled the price of that of that meal.
Yeah.
So the McDonald's that I go to is not far away, but it really doesn't matter when I had to sit in line for over 20 minutes to get the meal. So I literally just got in the door like right at 1:00, set him up, checked on my mom. She's done. Put the dishes in the sink. I think Jacob's done now. Let him know, hey, I'm going in my room, going to be streaming.
Good luck.
Good what?
Good luck.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see Thorsten. Ron, you probably have seen all that art that I have to. I think I got 2 pieces, maybe 3 to finish for Thorsten. I know there's a 1010 that I'm looking forward to. There's a Phantom. And I think that's it. You remember all the iterations of the Spirit that I showed you I was doing for him?
Yeah, he's got a haul.
Hey, Thorsten, if you're still there, did I ever send you a scan of the finished Spirit? I can't remember. Because if not, I can show it to you. Ron, I'm going to go ahead and hide your R for Robin.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's see. How do I do this again? There we go.
Well, Thorsten's doing fine, and Genome says, I guess the main question is if you had any confrontations in the McDonald's parking lot.
No, I've never had to get out of the car. Although I tell you, the one that I go to is the original McDonald's that I know of in Daytona Beach. So it's on a very small piece of land. Yes, they did make it a double drive-through, which has made it even more so of a pain to deal with. And if you go curbside, which I normally do, the 2 lanes of drive-through traffic, especially at this time during lunch hour when I was there at 12:26, that's when I actually placed the order from the app. I didn't look at the printout ticket. I was just in a hurry to get home. But if you park there, curbside pickup, sometimes you're trapped. You can't back out because the cars are lined up and they can't go anywhere because they can't back up because there's cars behind them, the cars in front of them. So this time it looked like I could get through the drive-through pretty quick. There was only a few cars. I don't know what those people in those cars ordered, or if McDonald's was just behind. Anyway.
Yeah,
not a fun time.
My mic, can you hear it better, Genome? He says he can barely hear me. I'm almost sitting on top of my laptop. I'm going to have to get a mic.
Let me see, Ron, if I can do anything about that. Let me take the auto adjust mic volume off. Now say something, Ron.
Hey, can you hear me? Any better?
It sounds the same to me.
I have a control on it too. Turn my volume up.
Now I went up to 200%. That's as high as I can take your mic.
Just real quiet. You might have to shout like John at the McDonald's drive-thru. I said 40 McNuggets.
All right, I'm going to do it back to auto adjust because I think that's fine. I thought you had a mic, Ron.
Yeah, I just didn't have it set up on this new laptop.
Okay, let me see. I'm going to grab the drawer of Thorsten and let him visit his artwork.
Ooh. Do we have enough time?
Oh, think so. Man, some of these go back to 2010. I was trying to, make it so that he got everything at once. We might have to rectify that. Oh, I'm finding a lot of stuff in here. Like a bunch of mixed media paper that I did not know I had. Okay. Well, that's good. All right, little quick stroll down memory lane. This was one of my free trading cards from 2010. You know the character, Ron?
Havoc?
Yep. This was from my Wednesday streams. An original marker color beast. Wasn't doing much shading back then. A color shadow headshot on red paper, gray marker. I thought it was interesting that the guy put my shadow piece up.
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man from 2011. And you've seen this before, Ron, although I made a little color and cropped version of it.
Yep.
Galactus from 2011. The Phantom. This goes with the other one. This was from back in my morning brew days where I was kind of exaggerating. See the little teeny fingers, but I was having fun doing these. I wish I would have kind of kept up at it. So we got a Black Panther. This is a finished. I actually just happened to have this. Mike Zeck and my ink. I think I actually did this one on a stream. Craven. Now let's see. Okay. Rejected Spirit drawing number 1. I kept the layout the same because I liked it. This one, I only got this far. Wow, I can't. This is a 2016 Rejected Spirit number 2. I was going for a particular style here, and it didn't work out, or I didn't think it worked out. And these will all come to Thorsten too as gifts. And then this, it's in the Protector, is the final Spirit, which I know you saw, Ron. 2016, I finished that. I was thinking it was more like 2018. I don't know if you can see the detail, but I've got kind of the Leyendecker Eisner inking type thing going on here. You see that?
Yeah, I do. Thorsten says fantastic, and Genome thought the Galactus was very Kirby-esque.
Yes, it was. And of course, that was on purpose. Whenever I do Galactus, I always go to Kirby. So yeah, I know I have at least a 1010 and a 9x12. I think it might be full color. A marker of Phantom for Thorsten.
Billy Zeri says, hi, John. Love the art that you're showing.
Who's that?
Billy, Ray Dog.
Oh, hey, Bill. Oh, forgot to put this little trading card away. Where did those go? Where did those go? There they are. I want to keep them all together. I thought I had lost that trading card at one point, and I think I had a big box of those little sketch cards, and I threw them out. All right, if I can catch my breath.
All that excitement.
Well, I tell you, bad day for Christo to pick Secret Origins comics and branding to nerd out on. And I even on the Twitter, I was like, no, I'm streaming then. But I got on for a few minutes. He brought me right up. Asked me right away what are some of the most iconic comic book characters. And I gave him Captain America, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. And he asked for more. And I, of course, said the Hulk. I said, you put Wonder Woman in DC, you got the Trinity. And then I went into, if you add Iron Man into the mix and Thor and maybe Wasp and Giant Man, you got like the original Avengers. So it sounded like they were going to have a good time. And sorry to miss that, but I had to run. Okay, so I'm going to get down to work. Ron will be happy about that. Or I suspect he'll be happy about that.
I'm good. We're all here to watch you work.
Well, and I'm here just to get another one of these 6x8s done. So Scarecrow is a interesting. Oh, I am becoming more reliant upon these reader glasses to ink than I prefer. But
well, hey, Genome said back to your Chris Doe story, you should have threw him for a loop and said Paste Pot Pete was the greatest comic character of all time.
Well, I can't do that because he knows a little bit about comics himself. So he would have known that I was not playing above board with him.
So what microwave dinner did you end up cooking for your mom?
It
was the meatloaf.
No, it was actually
pot pie.
No, believe it or not, she had my sister Ann pick her up some of the big Hungry Man dinners.
Okay. The Salisbury steak.
It was the turkey.
The turkey.
That would have probably been your next choice because you don't have a big variety.
No, you don't. Genome also went with Salisbury steak. See, he's where I would have been. Gotta have the beef. Gotta have the beef.
I get it. She had the meatloaf yesterday. She might have the meatloaf tomorrow because when my sister, the kidney lady Ann, went to buy them, she really stocked up on those. And she's like, huh?
Genome stocks up on them too because he can eat 3 at a time with dessert.
My mom picks over them, but she is 94, so. I'm like, she can't eat a tenth of probably what's on there. But Ron, they were on sale too for $5. So she gets her 250s, her 250 worth, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the thing is, she does like them cooked in the oven, which, I mean, it is a TV dinner, but I have to admit, you get frozen food like that, you cook it in the oven, it does seem to be a little bit better. A little bit being the key. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Well,
It seems to cook more thorough. You know, microwaves are good for certain things, like heating a soup or something like that.
I don't know if I ever had one of those in an oven. I think when I get those, it's like I have absolutely no other option.
Well, that's what I'm saying is
I'm not going to taste great anyway, so I'm just going to stick it in the microwave.
Well, you know, for my mom, it is more of a tastier option, I guess.
Yeah.
I just dislike when you get on the microwave and you get those cold spots or spots that, you know, that don't get cooked, or I don't know. It's microwaves to me are good for certain things, like I said, reheating soup or melting something down real quick.
Genome's not eaten one in so long he couldn't even tell you when.
Genome, are you still getting the fresh whatever you were making?
Wasn't he working on a cooking show?
He was. He was making the fresh whatever subscription food things and reviewing them. I thought he should have embraced that and went that way.
So who's this scarecrow going to?
The same guy that's getting the other ones.
Okay.
And they got the Daredevil sketch cover.
Oh, it's the Hello Fresh. He said no, they really aren't as convenient as they claim to be. 10-minute prep time, my butt.
Well, that was
in one of his videos.
Do what now?
He says he debunked it in one of his videos.
Oh, I need to find that one. I watched him do 2 of them, and it was kind of painful. I was like, where's the convenience here? When I get something like that, I want everything to be chopped, and you know what? I just want to put it in a pan. Kind of like a TV dinner, only you assemble it yourself.
Yeah, he said it's expensive too.
It is. And they're supposed to be nutritious, but they're not.
No, if I'm gonna cook like that, I mean, I'm just gonna go into Publix and get my own groceries.
There you go. Ron can cook.
I can cook.
There's your YouTube channel. Ron can cook.
I am not cooking on a YouTube channel.
What if you were making $100,000 a month cooking on a YouTube channel?
In what world would that happen? But okay.
Ron would cook, right?
I'll cook whatever you want. Cannibalism, it's up next.
That's right. Gotta tune in next week.
Yeah, Genome said his portions were too small.
Man, Genome's an eater. Unless the portions were like, you know.
They were for a 1,600 calorie diet.
Well, when I went on that one diet back in my youth, I was on a 1,400 calorie a day diet. And, you know, it's really funny because I added running into that. And, you know, I know now if I was just on 1,400 calories a day, I would lose weight. Back then, I didn't. I got suckered into that. And if you exercise Still took me 10 months to lose 65 pounds because why? I was still having stuff that was not healthy for me, even though it was low calorie.
Genome said when he was in Central Florida, he was a player at the buffets.
He was a player.
At the buffets. At the buffets.
He had a player's card at all the buffets. You rack up points.
He had his own seats at the Golden Corral. No, sorry, you guys can't sit there. That's Genome's seat.
Hey, Ron, I don't think you were with Bella and I when there's that one Golden Corral out on I-Drive, and they literally specialize in like a meat bar. I think it's a couple of bucks more. Does that sound familiar to you?
No. We only ever went to that place with the hibachi.
Okay. I think they finally opened back up. But I don't think they serve what I call the big-headed shrimp anymore. I think that got too expensive for them. So Bella's not really
She's
not really going there.
He said Sweet Tomatoes, Cece's, Ryan's, Pizza Hut Buffet, and the Golden Corral. Those
Oh, man.
Great buffets in the old days.
Cece's. I remember that, and it was like $3.99, I think. And basically, it's like they just came up with all these weird pizzas, but the dessert pizzas were really why you went there. I mean, you could stuff yourself full of other things, but they had a pretty good cheeseburger pizza. You have a good pizza right now, don't you, Ron?
Yeah. Went to Giordano's. Drove all the way to Orlando for Giordano's and some White Castle.
That's right. Ron's a White Castle man now for a while. That was your first White Castle, right?
Yeah, I'm not going there again, though. That's a drive just to get some okay cheeseburger, hamburger, whatever.
My cousin is one of the I forget what they do. Every year they give out awards for people that he actually had both of his legs broke or one broke. When he was up there, he got hit by a car.
Yeah.
They brought him up to wherever their home station is. One of the Carolinas, I think. See this chat, when I look at it, it doesn't nope.
It doesn't scroll.
No.
You got to keep
tweaking it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Let me get a edit screen settings. No. I know what I'm missing. If I can find it. Design. Okay. Here we go. There. You see that pop up, Ron?
Yeah, the number 2.
Huh?
So Genome says if I ate at a joint called Giordano's, I would not be able to, what is this, concentrate, as I would be looking around for a long-haired Batman. Now, Genome, are you still living in wasn't he in the Orlando area?
During his military days, I believe.
Oh, he's moved out of Florida?
Yes. Now he probably wants to move back like everyone else. Florida
Yeah.
or Texas. Maybe not.
He grew up in Central Florida. I'm a native, he says. Does that mean he's still living here?
No, that means he was born here.
Born here. Okay.
I think he's up in Virginia. Virginia. He can out himself if he wants, wherever his location is.
I was just going to tell him if he was here, he's got to go get some pizza from there. Yeah, West Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
He'd be closer out driving to Chicago. So what you got on the agenda for tomorrow?
Well, hopefully Batman. Then that would finish these up. And I was going to say I could put them in the mail for Monday, but no, I can't.
Holiday.
Holiday.
So Gino wants to know if you've ever done any inking for Dick or Jim Aparo.
What does he mean?
Have you ever inked them? I think it's
Yeah.
what he means.
Yeah, actually I did. There's a Lex Luthor story that I inked over Dick that has been reprinted quite a few times. It's a little 8-pager. And there was a Para story that was a fill-in or something, and I never finished it and don't know whatever became of it. It's probably lost in the files at DC or whatever.
Now, is this going to be all black and white, or are you doing color on it?
No color on any of these, but a little bit of the black pencil and some white for some extra. See, I kind of have them pencil. Well, you can't because of the glare from the light. There's some little, they'll get blacked in, but I've got some little twigs of straw that I will eventually put in with the white acrylic.
No, is this one going to have a black background also?
Yep. Kind of keeping that theme.
Nice and dark.
Yep. Yep. Are you painting tomorrow, Ron?
Yeah, we're doing the oil painting still. I'm not liking this one. I don't know why.
What do you think? Subject, technique, or just
All of it. So we're doing like a really nice looking female on this one. So when I was doing like ugly old bearded guys, a lot easier because they're more forgiving.
yes?
So now you got to have this really nice, pretty, soft, younger female with perfect skin, and brutal.
So, in other words, you like painting salty old men better.
For now, it's more forgiving. Hey, I picked up yesterday while I was in Gainesville waiting for Lori to get her hair done.
Okay.
All right, I didn't tell you about that. I was gonna call. I wanted to complain so bad. First, we have this plan. You know, we're going to Orlando. We're gonna, get some food, whatever. She's like, I want to get my hair done. So I'm thinking it's gonna be, in Ocala. No big deal. It's kind of on the way. Turns out, no, she wanted us to go to Gainesville. Then she didn't. She told me the time she needed to be there, but not where she needed to be. So again, I assumed locally in Ocala. It's not like we are going to be so late. We have to drive all the way across Gainesville. That was just frustrating. So I drop her off. I found some comic shop, comic book games stuff. So I'm going through there, and I found the Uncanny X-Men you did with the Storm cover. So I'm like, hey, 50 cents, I'll take it.
There you go.
So I grabbed that and a few other books.
Did you find the Barry Windsor Smith Storm story?
No, nothing. This wasn't a comic shop. This was like,
Well, I meant in general because it just reminded me that you said you didn't think you'd seen that before.
no, I haven't looked it up yet.
Genome, do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I think the problem is? I yell too loud and my microphone's right above me. I think I can keep my voice a little lower.
What?
What did I miss?
No, you missed nothing.
I missed nada. Okay. So go ahead.
Yeah, so you know what Ollie's is like? Have you been in Ollie's?
Ollie's. I don't even know what Ollie's is.
I think they're kind of like maybe a Big Lots, but they got a pretty large book section, used book section, comic books, and trade paperbacks. So this place
Okay.
was kind of like that as far as the comic books go. They had tons of comic books, and they're all just in a box. They had DC and Marvel, and then indie, but there were no order, not by alphabet, not by character, just piled in there. So yeah, I grabbed a few. Like I found some Art Adams cover. I'm like, hey, I think I probably already got this, but if not, let me grab two. So I grabbed one of those. Just they were like buy five get five free, and they were like, I don't know, 50 cents or something. And then they had some Marvel chess game. I got that, and I hated it. Just the characters they chose, and then the pawns were boring. They were just like blue and red X's. Or no. It was the shield on the blue and the Hydra on the red for the pawns, and it was characters they just picked from the movies. So for I think the bad guy team as one of the rooks might have been Killmonger, and I'm like, why is this guy even on here? They had Captain America. There was no, I don't think there was a red. No, there was a Red Skull. The king and queen for the bad guys were like Thanos and Hela. Genome said he did just get done reading BWS's Conan trade with Red Nails.
Well, but I was talking.
He don't care what you were talking about. He wants to talk about Conan, damn it.
I was talking about the storm. I can't remember. I mean, I remember because somebody posted something about storms on this bed, beautiful drapery. I really want to say that Bob Wyatchek inked it, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I know Barry Smith inked the covers, but I think the interiors was Wyatchek. I'm just saying, Ron, I think if you don't have that in your collection, you would probably love it. She's on the cover of one, and there's all these billowing storm clouds, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I've got that one.
Okay. You told me the other day you'd never heard of it.
I needed pictures. My memory, I'm getting old, remember? Life, Death. This one you're talking about, the Uncanny X-Men 198. Claremont and Windsor Smith.
Yeah, but wasn't it a 2 or 3 part story? Or was it just the one part?
Looks like it could have been a couple multiple parts. I'm just caught up on some other covers. Ooh, that's a nice one. 214, Storm and the Dazzler. Yeah, Genome said he doesn't know that story.
You people that call yourself comics fans. Of course, I didn't know what issues it was either. And I forgot all about it till somebody posted. Or you would have had it years ago, Ron. You would have said, oh, yeah, I know that.
You know, I'm thinking of subscribing to that Unlimited, the Marvel Unlimited. What'd we say it was? Like,
oh, you mean the digital thing?
Yeah, I think it was like $100 a year or something.
Why don't you just do Comixology for $4.99 a month?
Okay, $4.99 a month. The Marvel one was, I think, cheaper. I don't remember. I looked it up the other day. Let me pull it up again.
Yeah, but at Comixology you get DC also.
Yeah, I don't read a lot of DC, to be honest with you.
Well. You had to be honest with me.
A year is $60.
How much is it?
$60
for the Marvel thing.
Yeah, the Unlimited.
Well, that's not bad.
So it's probably the same price then, $5 a month.
Yeah. And you could add, actually, Comixology, have you done the 30-day free trial?
No.
You can do that.
I'll have to check that out.
I did it.
Save it for the time I need to read something DC.
Oh, well, you know, if you haven't had it in a while, they even offer it to you again. I did it the first time and didn't read like hardly anything, if anything.
Let's see. The sale expires on the 31st.
For the Marvel thing?
Yeah. Get that for the iPad.
Well, does anybody out there have it that could tell Ron? Have you tried is their platform very much like Comixology?
I've never tried either of them yet, so
I don't mind it. That's how I buy stuff now because I can get it like right in front of me if I need it.
yes. Genome said sorry, he's been out of the comics game for about 30 years.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Gino. I usually use Ron as my where did this happen? And he's pretty good, but he's fallen us a few steps behind.
Mm-hmm.
There's less and less out there that we're finding. I'm going back to the older stuff and just reading it or trying to. I guess it's just me and my age and I just really miss that era of comics where um, a comic seemed like a comic. They don't. I don't know. Comics just technology. I love technology, but I want a comic to still kind of be what is the right word? I don't want to say dumbed down, but I guess that's kind of, I don't need it glossy. I like the old newsprint. I like the limited palette of colors. It's very odd.
I will be there. I like the newsprint.
Yep. I like getting an old comic and opening it up and having that like musty smell. That's kind of weird, but you know that smell I'm talking about.
I love that old book smell.
Yeah. It's got character to it. I liked yellow pages. Man, I tell you, I'm gonna have Jacob maybe hook me up a Discord. I asked him last night about it. I said, Jacob, you know about Discord, right? He goes, yeah. And I said, you could set me up one of those if I ever needed it. He goes, oh yeah, I know all about bots and chatting and this and that and how to set it up. And I'm like, we may have to talk.
Well, Genome likes to open a comic and see the old Charles Atlas ads.
Yes. All that old stuff.
He still tries to buy the Sea Monkeys for 10 cents.
I think they're a little bit more than 10 cents, but we can get you some. Go down to your bait and tackle shop and get you some brine shrimp, and there you go. Did I just ruin it for him? He's weeping. I can hear it. I can hear it now. No, they're monkeys, I tell you. You know what really made that sea monkey thing work was that ad with the drawing. And I always wanted that submarine. But that was like, what was that, like $350 or something?
It was the best. It was a whole civilization.
I know. What if there was a way to bring back that charm of the 60s and the 70s and even into the 80s of comics?
I mean, I'm sure it'd be well welcomed by everybody that's over 30.
Well, see, there's the thing. It's not going to appeal to kids. And that's who's, you got to go after their dollar.
Yeah. So Genome says the only way to do that would be to put Shooter back in charge.
Well, having done some shows with Shooter over the past few years and stuff, I could see Jim being back in charge of a comic book company. I really could. Now that's, Jim's not everyone's cup of tea.
Well, this ain't no tea party.
Right? I don't know. It just, that era in the 80s, that decade was busting full of stuff. There were actual readers that came in. And then these fancy kids with their way of doing comics that nobody had ever seen, so they say, took over the industry. And then killed it.
So that's referring to the West Coast style?
I think so. I mean, there's still, McFarlane, I think he's still publishing. I respect that guy. And he's expanding his whole Spawn universe,
Yep.
He must be doing something right. Is it his IPs? Is it the people he hires? What is it, Ron? Do you keep up with that?
Not like I probably should. I know.
But, I mean,
guy to pull me on the Spawn universe stuff. Comes up with new characters, new stories, just different stuff. Less rinse, repeat.
Do you feel like Are you interested in the new Spawn?
Yeah,
It,
I am.
I mean, that whole thing's going to start soon, right?
Yeah, yeah. This month, June.
Oh, okay. And it's more than one book, right?
Yep.
Do you know how many titles he's going to?
No, but I can try to Google it.
But is he building a universe around Spawn, or is it strictly Spawn?
That's a bit beyond me. Three new monthly spin-off titles: King Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, and The Scorched Earth. Spawn Universe #1's a 52-page one-shot issue for June 30th.
Now, have you got any of those on your pull list?
Yeah, I told him to pull me for it because there was Campbell has a cover, Booth has a cover, obviously McFarlane has a cover, so I was just wanting to get some of those because I kind of like the art.
Does your local comic book shop, do they, when you buy a book there, is it bagged and boarded? I think I know the answer. Yeah. I think a couple of things you brought me, I was like, oh, you bagged and boarded it. And you said, no, my store does it.
Yeah, no, they're real good. He'd actually talked to me before because he was kind of wanting to see what it'd take to get you out there someday for a signing. I'm pimping you out. I told him he needs 2 bottles of water, 1 reclining chair, 1 fish bowl filled with 2/3 green M&Ms.
And I'm not going to eat the other ones, but I need them there just to make me feel relaxed.
Put them in the other bowl just to balance it out.
And he said, 2 bottles of water.
That's where I draw the line.
What is he, a fish?
Yeah, he was like, no, we'll watch the weather report. We'll just open up the door. He can stick his head outside and open his mouth when it rains.
You're like, look, he lives in Florida. He's used to doing that. I guess we better get ready for some summer rains coming June. For those 4 o'clock quick downpours for 20 minutes.
Yep. Although the time always tends to change a little bit. Sometimes it'll be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5, but it is 20 minutes.
Yeah. You can almost set your clock by it.
Yeah, once you know the time, it's always going to be at that time. Hopefully, we'll get nothing more than tropical storms this year.
Just like last year. They, of course, last year they all went over to the West Coast. We had our beat down in 2004, man.
Oh, yes, we did.
I mean, we had every other weekend. You just get your yard or whatever cleaned up in time for the next one. And you're just like, are you serious? It's happening again. And then there was that one, the one that lasted like 24 hours, but we had that little break when the eye of the storm passed.
Yep.
But that was a pretty brutal one because you knew you had a couple hours where it was going to be, hey, it's not raining, it's not this, it's not that, but it was coming back around.
Yeah, we had like 4 of them. It was Charlie.
Yeah. Charlie was the first one.
Francis, Gene, and I think Ivan. And I remember one of them came up the west side, so we got some of it from there, went through the Panhandle, came out through like the Carolinas, circled around, and hit Daytona again. It hit Florida twice.
Yeah, I love those.
I was out of power for 3 weeks.
Wow. I think I was 5 days.
Lucky you. So I was working at Publix and doing landscaping at the time at the hospital in Ocala. This is before I even got into school. I mean, I was straight moved from New York here and started doing landscaping. So that was just so stupid. It was so hot. But there was a gym, so every day I could go there and get my shower before and after work. And then when I get out of work and get to Publix, I could just store my food in their freezer.
Nice.
Yeah, get water from there. Hey,
I remember those cold showers I had to take.
Yeah, but it was worth it. You're like, all right, at least I'm clean and not smelly. And it was so hot, there's no AC. They were welcomed.
Oh yeah. You'd wake up in the middle of the night and you'd be like just sweltering.
Yeah. So Genome says, like any good comic pro, John has a specific set of requirements to show up for signing. 75% of the gate, a giant bowl full of only green M&Ms, and a turkey-hungry man dinner provided. As is here, he says, hi, John, Ron, Genome, Thor, all. Hey, Dr. Kaz.
Hey, everybody.
Genome was in Orlando when that went down. No power for a week. Hot. No gas. He had to work far away. He was running on fumes by the time he got back to normal.
Dr. Kaz, how you doing today? I'm thinking I need to find another obscure movie to watch tonight on Netflix, like that Greater movie I watched.
I started, and then you called me to say you were going a little late, and I was like, okay, thanks, bye, because I was in the middle of it. So I've got like 20 minutes left.
It's pretty good, right?
It is really good. Kaz just left the office.
Who did?
Kaz.
Oh, okay.
So good for him. He's getting out early.
I mean, it was from 2016, but the weird thing was I had never, 2016, I never heard that story in the news. Never. And when you get to the end, they have like some actual photos. So, watch through the credit. Well, it's actually before the credits. I'm used to those darn Marvel movies where, you kind of got to stay and see what's going on. But yeah, they have some actual photos and stuff like that. And they actually, the guy that plays him, Well casted, I thought. His brother, not so much, but him, they found somebody that really kind of resembled him. This is almost kind of an anime manga style I have going on these little light shadow things on Scarecrow's mask. But that's okay. Because, everything is going anime manga. Right?
Right.
It's taking over. That's where we're losing our comics too. Well, I guess I get lunch after this because I got everybody else lunch.
What you going to get?
I have no idea. Something dirty and fast.
I said what, not who. I know.
So, was the moral of the story that you just found that little store, or did the haircut lead to something else?
I think that was it. I don't even remember where I was going with it.
You were just like,
oh, I mean, I was so irritated because that's so far away, like in the opposite direction of where we're going south. I'm like, that's North, Lori. She's like, I don't know what directions are. Like she literally has no idea which way is west. While the sun is setting with a beautiful sunset.
I know
you're west. I don't know.
I know your pain. I know somebody that doesn't know directions. It's like, well, can we go here? And I'm like, if we go there, we have to go all the way. Yeah, like, so I feel that pain. Hey, Ron.
Hey, what?
Did you go to Comic Art Fans and look up that new Golden piece?
I've not.
I mean, it's just the vehicle that the Micronauts went around in. But man, is it great.
All right, looking it up now. Yeah.
I mean, it just is amazing.
Yes, it is. He's got his signature nice hidden in there.
Yep. And did you, if you go back, do you see the Cosmic Ghost Rider? That's a nice one too.
Okay, yeah.
I like that. Very powerful. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who were watching me struggle with the penguin, well, I decided to leave it white because it's like I told Ron, after I stepped away from it for a while, I came back and I looked at it and I thought about it for a second. And then I visualized a literal penguin in my head. And I thought, you know what? A penguin, black around the outside, white in the middle. Kind of like a Oreo cookie in a way. And I'm like, this doesn't need anything. It just totally quit thinking about trying to add more to it. I felt this nice, comfortable, hey, I'm glad I didn't try to push anything here, because I may have wound up doing it again. But as it is now, in fact, let me go grab it. And those of you who saw it can see it with, well, you may have saw it on Twitter, but anyway, you can see it with fresh eyes, and you can say, like, you know, that guy kind of knows what he's doing in a way. Sometimes. Maybe not.
While you're looking for it, Genome says, kind of random, but since we were talking about local comic shops earlier, how's Jim Ivy doing?
He's doing okay. He had a little run-in with a UTI, and I think they found a little bit of mass in his bladder. Now, he was a smoker his entire life. So I think that's not too alarming, especially being 96. But other than that, Craig talked to him and seems to be doing fine. So here's the penguin. And if you look, you know, yeah, okay, the tie is black, but that balances out, you know, the other blacks. I could have even left this tie white and really felt good about it. So you figure the beak of a penguin is like a yellow orange, and then they have this white shape. So just think of a penguin, or Google one if you need to. And I'm like, I don't need to touch it. Well, I need to touch it to sign it. Hopefully my pens will write on this and it won't bleed through. I could always sign it there if I need to, but so, you know, Joker, Penguin, Scarecrow. Gonna do some Prismacolor pencil on that. Right now, as we speak, gonna get underneath his brim here, his Wilford Brimley. But yeah, so by just setting it aside, leaving it for a few hours, coming back to it and then looking at it and going like, thinking of a penguin, it just kind of, I was like, you know what? Doing anything to this would just be, number one, a waste of time, and just doing something to add something. No other reason. No need. Call it done. So I did. I need to go in, I think, with a little bit of whiteout. And I'm going to add a little highlight to the monocle. Just like I need to go back to the Joker and add a few little strands of white hair. Or not white hair, but white in the hair to pull it together.
Well, Kaz says it's a stunning penguin and Joker too.
Thank you, Kaz. Kaz has got a couple of challenging pieces for me coming up. I got to get back into my watercolor because we have a Ghost Rider and a Storm. And Kaz wants some expression on them. Some yelling,
screaming.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how far I'm going to be able to push myself to really get that intensity. I think I should do okay. Might have to go through a few redraws to get that expression right. But that's okay. I'm used to that. Right, Ron?
I'm not complaining.
No, I'm just saying sometimes I got to go through,
Yeah.
I got to go through a couple of iterations before I really nail it.
Cat says maybe trade for Secret Wars 1 or 8, 17 by 24. Now, you did do the Secret Wars 1 for that one guy.
Yep.
And you were doing only one of those per year, correct?
Yep.
And what was the going price on that? Was it 6?
That's this year.
This year.
Last year it was 5.
Okay.
This year I think it's 6. It's on my website.
Again, my memory, getting old.
Oh, I hear you. And that is a beast to recreate, by the way. It takes a while. It tires out an old man like me to do that.
So I'm going through Golden's comic art pictures here, and I see that he's had some he hasn't inked himself, but he had Rubenstein ink.
No, he did not have Joey.
So is this where he did a commission in pencils, then somebody? Is this why he gave up doing pencil commissions?
Yep. That's why every time you get a commission from Golden now, it's inked. When he first started out, I think it was around 2005, he started going back to conventions. He was doing quick pencil sketches for like $100.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't as detailed. They were nice, don't get me wrong, but they weren't what he does now. And Joe started contacting people. I'll ink that for you. I'll ink that for you. And after Golden saw a few of them, he decided he's going to only do, the commissions are only going to be inked by himself. As far as I know, he didn't mind me inking the ones I did. I never inked them on his originals. It was always a blue line, which I think is the smart way to go.
Oh, of course.
Although, I don't know if the G.I. Joe one I inked was actually on the original or on a blue line. Some guy had me ink his, forget the name of the character. It may have been a Snake Eyes.
I saw Snake Eyes.
Was it a full body where he was kneeling down, kind of throwing, or had a gun or something?
No. This was a torso head.
Yeah, that was him then. That was fairly recent. Sometime, I think at the beginning of this year. Really nice. Okay, I added a little more pencil here on Scarecrow than I did on the others, trying to give his suit a little bit more tattered look. Or maybe even a burlap type effect. But that's about, I'll do a little bit on this side and then that'll be it. Like I said, I need to go in with some white out and add some scraggly straw type texture or lines here and there. And let's see, there is one thing. You can't see it on the monitor, but pencil went a little bit into his eye. Now this would be one that, normally I might go in and put red ink in the eyes. Because I remember when I was doing Scarecrow with Kelly, I think his eyes were like this, glowing red. All right, so there we have it. And the guy, I asked him about Batman, and he said just a regular Batman. That's the one he's going to give as a gift. So it'll just be a Batman standard, no Dark Knight, no long ear, just not even short ear, just a regular. Should I call it just like a Neil Adams Batman?
Yeah.
I think Neil does he doesn't do the ears too long. He doesn't do them too short. Just does a bat mask on a face. And I wish if let's see, my Maltau pen, I don't know, it died on me. I tried to use, this is a new one, not out of the wrapper yet, a Sharpie oil-based white. I couldn't get it to write on the surface, so I think I'm going to the acrylic paint. That should definitely work. So with that, I think we're going to be done. Time for me to, what have we been on? See, hour and 25 minutes, Ron.
Yeah, it's good.
Let me see what you sent me. I think I probably know what it is without even looking at the. You took a screenshot, went into Photoshop, and added some white. Am I right?
No,
Oh
close.
no, you made the red eyes.
Just on my phone. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool because when you took the screenshot, I see like the pixels.
Yep.
So it almost looks like a zipatone effect. Kind of interesting.
I broke it out. I printed it out. I did zip-a-tone and colored it red. All
Right.
within that time. Fast,
Wow.
John.
You are fast, sir. Show the rest. Let's see. I'm looking at my Twitter. Show the rest. Oh. He wants to see the rest. That guy that put that shadow drawing up. All right. Any last questions before I say goodnight? Or good day? Or see you tomorrow, perhaps? Get Batman done. What's that?
Hasta mañana.
I may not see you tomorrow, though. Bella has tomorrow off, so.
And I do have my painting class, so yeah.
Well, if I do it, it'll be early in the morning. Or so I think now. All right. I guess that is it, Ronald.
All right, man.
Okay.
Catch you later.
Catch y'all later. Everybody, have a good day. If I don't see you before the weekend, before Memorial Day, have a good Memorial Day. And I will see you Tuesday to finish up if things develop in a way that I'm not expecting, which could happen. Right, Ron?
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to end it. Take care, everyone. Be safe. Talk to you later. Bye.